Hello, fam. So, it is blizzarding here. The snow's pretty much stopped. We didn't get a whole lot of snow, but we've got the wind and the drifting now. Of course, we had rain last night. Shout out to all my peeps in Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, Southern Ohio, everywhere that's being affected by floods right now. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you all get the help you need. I really do. So I'm going to try to manifest that. Okay, so we're just going to see what Spirit wants to say today. No matter what our situation is, we have to keep moving, right? We have to keep growing. So we'll see what Spirit needs to say about that. I have pulled out the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells. I don't use this very often, so I have the book ready. The book. A beautiful deck. Lovely, lovely color work in this deck. Another watercolorist. Roberta Orpwood. Nice watercolors. And we have the Star Tarot, and then if I need to clarify with another deck, I'll pull another deck out, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to start with this Oracle deck, and see what the fam needs to be focusing on right now. You know? No matter what is going on with other people in our lives, what we can control is ourselves. So we need to, you know, keep what we are doing in mind. Okay? All right. Give me just a sec. Sometimes I think I just need to go through my cards and, you know, make them more bendy, but I'm not sure if that would even work very well. Okay. All right, Spirit. Give us, say, 2 or 3. 2 or 3 cards, please. What do we need to know? Thank you. The 15th Path, the Emperor. Can I have another one, please? Right. Personality Triangle. Interesting. Oi. One more, thank you. And Chesed, Mercy. Okay, with the 18th Path, the Chariot, determination, discipline, and concentration on the bottom. So, well, we have basic keywords on these cards. These two seem to connect pretty obviously just by the colors. There's also, you know, a connection from here to here. The 15th Path, the Emperor, initiative, authority, and leadership. Here, I'll show you the card. The Personality Triangle, personality, nature, and mindfulness. And Chesed, mercy. Number 4, abundance, gratitude, and big ideas. And then on the bottom, the Chariot, 18th Path, determination, discipline, and concentration. I'm drawn to mercy. I think that in our everyday tribulations, so to speak, we forget that we need to have mercy for other people. If we are living in abundance and gratitude, there are people that have very little to be grateful for. A big thing I was taught growing up is there's always someone that has it worse than you. And that's a reason to be constantly grateful. You know, there are things to be constantly grateful for. But also, when we do that, we have to be prepared to reach out a hand to those people. And the Emperor would be the one that does that. Initiative, authority, and leadership. And leadership is not leaving those people behind. A leader cares for all of their people. A leader has compassion for all of their people. A true leader I believe that no one should be left behind. Because everyone is beautiful and deserving. And it's our nature to react for our own well-being. It's our nature to embrace self-preservation. But that's a very limited view. It's a tiny view, a very tiny lens. And when everyone does better, you do better. That's just the nature of energy. You cannot put yourself in a box and ignore everything that goes on outside of the box. It doesn't work that way. The energy will flow through the box, right? So if you're not putting out positive energy, you're attracting negative energy. Everyone has to do their part in the best way that they are able. Let's get some tarot and see where this goes. I might yet read. No, actually, know what? I'm going to get tarot. Strength on the bottom. This is the Star Tarot. And we're going to get some clarification on these, and then if I need to, I'll go to the book for these. These cards. They are really beautiful and well made, but so stiff. They're so stiff. Empress coming out. All right, we'll go back to shuffling gently, I guess. Oi, oi. I swear, give me a regular deck of playing cards and I can shuffle like the best of them. But these bigger decks, there's so much trouble. I used to shuffle playing cards just for fun because it has this tactile feeling I love. These, not so much. Alrighty. Okay, Spirit, why the 15th path, please? Why the 15th path? Why the Emperor? Clarification. Thank you. The 7 of Wands. Ah. The art really jives with these two decks. Cool. Why the 7 of Wands? Or, yeah, why the 7 of Wands? Thank you. 9 of Pentacles. Actually, let's move this a little bit. Yeah, we aren't locked in our own garden. The whole existence is a garden, right? We don't really have walls. The energy doesn't have walls. And it's not always just about protecting your victory. Okay, why the personality triangle, please? Thank you. Justice. Yeah, if there's not justice for everyone, there is no justice. Let's see. Why justice, Spirit? Why justice? Not there. Why justice, please? Thank you. The Hierophant. Major Arcana. Major Arcana. The universe is speaking. Why mercy? Spirit, why mercy? Thank you. Prince of Wands. That's a page. Why the Prince of Wands, Spirit? Why the Prince of Wands? Thank you. The 5 of Wands. Empress again. On the bottom. And the 2 of Swords on the other half of the deck. Well, let me just adjust here. Let's look at personality triangle in the book. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wait. There it is. A triangle between these points in your aura. Victory, splendor, and foundation. The lowest triangle, the most material one, the one that humanity works in most of all. Okay, you can almost see the like ghost triangle. Okay. The combined forces of this triangle offer the human experiences of art, nature, communication, emotion, and intuition, to name a few. It's easier to relate to things you can see, hear, touch, taste, smell, and even to the world of dreams than it is to work with forces higher up the tree of life. This card asks you to look at personality matters that are clouding your judgment, conversations that have gotten out of hand, a romantic encounter that isn't going as planned, or a lack of clarity about what you want to manifest in your life. You may notice the struggle between your thoughts and emotions delaying some decision. Which way to go, head or heart? Now, you know me, I gotta say it's heart. That's where inspiration is. Perhaps it's time to seek the counsel of a friend or family member. Be careful about seeking the counsel. Remember, I've said before, that person doesn't always speak from the information you need to know. You could be called to use your intuitive and or psychic gifts. Perhaps some sort of formal training or other opportunities will prevent themselves. And the questions you need to ask are, what is it that helps you express yourself? Forget social media. This is just for you. Are you a writer, a painter, a dancer, a gardener? Do you express yourself through fashion, food, humor, or a hat? Here's a little secret. Your guides, angels, and masters all love you for your personality as much as anything else. So we got some art, the things that make life worth living, right? Love, art, emotion, intuition. We have intuition here in the Prince of Wands. I think that I'm talking to people who already know about mercy and why it's important. Let's look at mercy. Chesed. Number 4 on the Tree of Life, Chesed, is where you meet the Lords of Peace. As they balance the Lords of Karma, you're being asked to find peace after a conflict or to prevent one. Jupiter is the planet here. Planet of abundance and wisdom. The main figure is a king. Wise, benevolent, and loving king. Seated on his throne, he dispenses wisdom and gifts to those who seek his counsel and can use it wisely. Support. You're supposed to offer support and ask for it for yourself. Put your faith in your higher self and your spirit team. I mean, that's what the Emperor is as well, right? A benevolent force for the best for all humanity, the best that can be achieved. But we'll look at him. 15th path. Initiative, authority, and leadership. If you're listening to tarot, if you're watching tarot, if you're questing metaphysically, then you are one of the leaders that we need now. Okay? A mature king devoted to the work that he has embarked upon, a great work of his life, dedicated to those in his care. Dedicated to those in his care. You've got the whole world in your hands, right? We need to have care for the least of those among us. We can't any longer rely on social situations to do this. We have to do this. And also about the development of his own soul. These are basic fundamental tenets of the universe, right? Compassion, mercy, just brotherly love. And I think it's been missing. I mean, I can look around and see where it's been missing. It jumps out at me. I was blessed to have the most amazing grandmother. And she was incredibly dedicated to the path of compassion and understanding. And supporting her fellow man. And she didn't require anything from them. She didn't require them to be a certain religion. She didn't require them to be a certain sexuality. She didn't require them to be a certain level of education. She didn't even require them to be nice, because she always said that person's in pain. When a person is mean, it's because they are in pain. They're speaking from trauma. They're speaking from wounds. They're speaking from a bad day. I never saw, and I was 38 when she passed. Never a day in my life did I ever see her drop that ball. She was unfailingly kind and generous. Unfailingly compassionate. And she got that from church. I can only imagine. Because, you know, in her sphere, in her time, that was where you picked those lessons up. There are still people who stop here. They'll see me in the yard and they'll stop here and tell me how much they loved my grandparents and how kind they were and how amazing. And I miss them so much. But the path of compassion is my point, I guess I would say. And it cost them nothing. And they were rewarded with abundance. I think sometimes we think that we have to fight everything and everyone. That everyone is against us. But when you get out into society and you start putting yourself out there, you know, you realize that there are more people like you than you thought. And they don't have to be exactly like you. I'm saying there are more people with compassion than you thought. There are more people who actually want everyone to do well than you thought. And all of the other people that make themselves small and make themselves embittered, they're moving from a place of pain. Now, it's recently come up to me that there's a balance that's off between the feminine and masculine. And I don't mean as an interaction between a man and a woman. Remember, there's no gender in tarot. I mean as within yourself. And this is often connected to mother wounds or father wounds. If you had a father who worked all the time and didn't pay you any attention or was abusive, if you had a mother who didn't protect you or wasn't very motherly, these are wounds that we need to heal because it throws our internal balance off. I'm a tomboy. I admit it. I grew up on a farm. I like doing the outdoor stuff. I like doing the mechanical stuff, or I always did, much more than I like doing the cooking and the cleaning, so to speak. I would much rather be outside helping Dad work on a car, you know, than baking a pie, so to speak. So here's an idea. If you are a masculine, if you consider yourself the masculine energy, do something that isn't so masculine. I don't know, learn to knit. I know I have friends that are men and they knit. And I mean, and I've joked about that before, but do something that is, societally speaking, an assigned role to the other energy. Ladies, you can learn to change a tire. It's super easy. Yeah? So do it. That is, you know, to dipping your toes in what your counterpart energy does and goes through can only help you understand them. And it's the same with people in society that need our help. I mean, we have to consider, you know, what would I do if I were that person? If I were sick and handicapped and couldn't work, what would I have to do to survive? Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Walk a mile in their moccasins, as my grandmother used to say. You can't truly understand what someone else is going through, but you can try. And that's the direction that you need to put your energy. We all do. And I found that this overall love and appreciation for your fellow men grows from this when you can do this. Don't hold all of your flowers to your chest. Be supportive and kind and raise the vibrations and be mindful of how you are lucky, how you are blessed. And then look at, how can I spread my blessings? And this is a commandment from Spirit. The Hierophant, there's lessons to learn. There's guidance. We need some guidance. We need Emperor and King, healed and healthy guidance. Justice doesn't just come for us. Justice is meant for everyone in an infinity of different situations, right? And we can't rely on a collective to provide it. This reminds me of Savannah Bird Girl. If anyone's familiar with the Savannah Bird Girl statue. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is the movie book that you probably have seen it in. Something is popping into my head. It's you take with one hand and you give with the other. You have two hands for a reason. And I see that we had the courage card come out on the bottom at the very beginning. And there's a lion in this card, the Seven of Wands. Living well in the garden, this Nine of Pentacles, the mini Empress. Living well in the garden is easy, right? But if you're not sharing your garden in some way, I'm talking about energy here. I'm not saying, you know, join a cult and give all your money to them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying put your positive energy out there. Watch the negative energy that you put out there. Watch what you speak. Mindfulness. It's really easy to speak negative things and to use negativity. And yes, it's important when we're fighting injustice. Justice. But speak justice as if it has already happened. And I'm coming back to dipping your toes in your counterpart energy. Personally, I'm female. I am feminine. But that did not stop me ever from doing things that are generally my counterpart's job, right? I know how to build a house. I've done it. I know how to use power tools. I do it, right? Nothing stops me. And I don't care about labels. I don't care if that's something that men usually do or women usually do. Masculine or feminine. Remember, no gender. We're talking about societal gender roles. Never stopped me. I can step into my emperor energy and handle business, right? And I feel like that also makes me able to understand my counterpart energy a little better. And I think we're seeing a blurring of counterpart energy in our new generations for a reason. It's so we can relate better to each other. There isn't left and right. There isn't right and wrong. Well, people, you know, there is being able to relate. And in order to do that, you have to step into your counterpart energy. And because everyone has different levels of masculine and feminine at different times, in order to be a successful divine couple, you have to be able to flow with that. Right? And move together through this energy and your own energy. Recently, I was had a circumstance where I was listening to a preacher. And he wasn't a great preacher, I have to say. But he spoke about a marriage and working in tandem, being yoked together like a team. And to have a decent team, both horses, per se, donkeys, mules, oxen, I don't know, whatever you might yoke together, they have to work together. One should not be pulling most of the weight. And in order to relate, we have to be in that person's shoes. So feminines have to understand the masculine more, and the masculine has to understand the feminine more. And that way, we balance our own counterpart energy. Yeah, you might be a very strong, divine empress, feminine, and have all of that together. But what about your masculine side? This can be done. Dads become moms all the time and vice versa. So this is the kind of energy that the new timeline needs. We broke it. We broke the planet. We broke the energy. And now we have to fix it. And it's not a choice. Spirit says, justice for all. Justice for everyone. And this is a lesson we need to learn. These are the only two major arcana that came out in this tarot, right? Well, we have the Empress over here too. But Three of Cups, Five of Swords. This is all how we heal the wounds in the energy. We do this together, Three of Cups, and we celebrate our ability to do this. And we choose to be those warriors that do this. What was that phrase? I was watching something the other day, and there was a phrase. I'm looking. I hope I can find it. Something warrior. Hang on, fam. I gotta check. This is important. I wrote about it. The luminous warrior. The call is for all of us light workers to step up. We have to mend the timeline. Unconditional love. Be a luminous warrior. And it's so easy. It's so easy. All you have to do is change your perspective. Be an example. Force yourself to be nice. It raises your vibrations. Actually, it does. Fake it till you make it. I am not kidding. In high school, I had a job at a restaurant, and the work atmosphere was pretty toxic, but I worked with the public. So I had to force myself to pretend like nothing was wrong. So by the end of the night, it actually worked. I felt better. Well, fam, I think this is what Spirit needs you to know today. When we do these things for ourselves, we do these things for all of humanity. When we raise our energy, all the energy raises. Yeah? If this helped, leave me a comment. If you have, a insight, put it in the comments. I don't just do this for me or for you guys. I also do this for me. So I have a little more clarity, I think, now. And this is, something we can do while, we're in separation or while we're waiting for a soulmate to show up, right? This is something we can do alone and in ourselves. Okay, fam. This is your reading for today. Love you. Bye.